Yo, yo, it's Rice Boy. Welcome back. This is Road to Gladiator, episode number 3. If you don't know what I'm doing here, if you're new to the series, it's pretty much where I pick up a new class and try to, hit 110, gear him up, and attempt to hit Gladiator on him. Since I've hit Gladiator on Mage multiple times, I want to challenge myself to try to get it on a new class. I haven't quit Fire Mage. I'm still gearing him up on the side, but right now I'm just really trying to focus on this character. I've been level 100 for 1 day and 5 hours. That's my play time. I've been gearing up straight through PvP, purely through PvP. All this gear you see, I'm finally 875 now. All this gear is from doing arenas. I've only done like 1 dungeon and maybe 2 world quests on this character. My weapon rank is 35 now as an update with 25 artifact knowledge. I gotta do the next quest line so I can unlock the 10% damage and stand buff before I start doing 3s, because as you can tell, I haven't done any yet. I've been purely just doing 2s. My ratio is horrible. I have more losses than wins, but a lot of it is due to the fact that I started queuing 2s instantly as I hit 110, so I was like in greens with no traits for the longest time. And also I was still trying to learn the comp, and I was just messing around with trade chat players. I was just using it as a way to gear up my character, which it obviously worked, and also to level up my honor talents, because I recently unlocked all my talents. So I'm pretty much almost ready to run into the 33 bracket. I just have to get my last 10% trait right here, which is I'm just so lazy to do it, but I'm gonna do it tonight probably, because Dibs comes home. He's also back to the game playing a Shadow Priest, so we're gonna do it together, and hopefully maybe queue some RPS, which would be really fun. He's probably really rusty though, like a 1400 player, so it's gonna be hard. But yeah, it seems like you guys have been enjoying the series. I've been having fun doing it. But for today's episode, it's not gonna be like crazy arena gameplay. I just actually want to go over some arena targeting and also CC setup macros. Because when you guys watch my 3s gameplay later on, I want you guys to understand how I'm setting those kills up and lining up my CCs. And I feel like you guys can also benefit from my macros. See, I haven't done like an instructional macro video in a while, but this is very, very crucial. And I feel like it can up your gameplay if you don't know about this already. I mean, it's nothing too advanced. I mean, I'm sure a lot of you guys know about this already, but a lot of you guys don't do it because you don't have the keybind space or you're just lazy. But take my word for it, this will enhance your play to the max. So what I'm talking about here is targeting 1, 2, 3 and also CC 1, 2, 3 macros. So first things first, you don't want to be clicking to target your enemy frames. You want to have binds to target. So for me personally, go on targeting, I have arena target 1, 2, 3 and focus 1, 2, 3. So to target the 1, 2, 3 enemies, I use Alt Q, W, and E. I know it's kind of weird, but it works for me. It's the first row on the letter keyboard, Alt Q, W, and E to target them, to switch them out. And then focus 1, 2, 3 is Alt ASD, so just right under it. So say I like go into the arena and I want to target the first guy, which is a red pally, and that's focus is healer, the Resto Druid, which is the second frame. I'll just, right as the gates open, I'll press Alt Q and Alt S, and then my target and focus will be perfectly set up. That way, if I want to focus kick the healer or focus blind him, I'm ready to go. I don't have to like click on the frames, because then if I'm clicking on the frames, I can't use my mouse to rotate the camera, and it's too much multitasking. So it's better to set that bind to your left hand instead. And then the second thing is 1, 2, 3 kick 1, 2, 3 macros. So this is totally different. You have your targeting and your focus targeting, but how about the third guy? How about the third guy? Say you're fighting a caster cleave and you need to be like, rotating your kicks on all 3 of them. It's kind of annoying to rotate your focus throughout the game all the time, so it's just much more convenient to have a CS or kick 1, 2, 3. So that way you don't even have to have them targeted or on your focus. You just press counterspell 3, for example, and it hits them. This is what the macros look like. For me on my rogue, it's slash cast, and in brackets target equals arena 1 kick, and then for kick 2 it's arena 2 kick 3 arena 3, and same goes for sap. I like having it for sap and blinds as well. I feel like for kidneys and sheeps it's a little overkill. I don't really need it. And also for Shadowstep kick, so as you can tell, I just stack them up, slash cast, brackets target arena whatever, Shadowstep, and then kick. And then Yeah, I only started doing this in WoD. Like in MoP, I always just use focus, but I mean, I was really bad at kicking stuff. Back then, I would just blanket healers and kill, so it wasn't as important. But now, I really got to be interrupting heals and stuff like that. So I have these binded to my right thumb on my mouse. I use a Logitech G600. I bought it just for this purpose because I didn't have room for it on the keyboard. So I have it set up so the first row on the top from left to right is kick 1, 2, and 3. And then the third row, the second last row, that's blind 1, 2, 3. And then the last row from the left to right is sap 1, 2, 3. Very convenient, so then I don't even have to use my keyboard. My keyboard's just for the focuses and the regular target rotation for killing. I also have step kick 1, 2, 3 on shift 1, 2, 3 on the top row. So it makes it so much easier. That way I'm utilizing both hands to maximize my potential on my character. Also, even though you have 1, 2, 3 macros, it's still very handy to have regular focus kicks and focus blinds, because what if, for example, you're in a battleground or like world PvP, so you know, unless you're only queuing arenas always, so it's good to have those. For kidneys and cheap shots, I felt like it was overkill to do 1, 2, 3, so I just have them for focus and regulars. My regular kidney is 1, and then my focus kidney is like alt 1, for example. My kick is also on my mouse on the second row. My kick is the first button, my shadow step is the second. And then my third one is shadow step to my partner. So that way if I'm trying to get out of a sticky situation, I can just shadow step to my healer, which is a macro I haven't even used yet, but I feel like it would come in handy eventually when I'm queuing high rated 3s. So yeah, I wanted to go over this setup with you before I started queuing 3, so that way when you start watching those videos, it all makes sense to you on what I'm doing. I'm queuing RBGs, by the way. I'm trying to farm that AP. Oh yeah, another macro that's been very useful on my rogue is the spam stealth stat macro. So pretty much, say I blind somebody and I'm still in combat, I could spam this macro, and right as I come out of combat, I'll get in stealth, and then the same button will actually sap the target. So yeah, it's just good for rees and spamming sap on the target so they don't knock you out. Another amazing one. This is specifically if you're like doing battlegrounds or world PvP, you want to have this one, because how are you gonna set focus on them without having if it's not in the arena, you gotta like right click their frame and set focus. That's not very effective. So this set focus macro will be very, very good for you. This is it right here, and you pretty much, whoever you have your mouse over, boom, like for example, it just sets your focus right there. And if you do it on a blank space where there's no target, it'll just clear it for you. So that way you can just like set it up and then quickly focus blind them or focus kidney. But yeah, my regular kidney is bound to 1. My focus kidney is alt 1. My kick is 7 on my mouse. My focus kick is alt 7 or shift 7, they both work. Oh no, it was alt 7. And then my blind is T and my focus blind is shift T. So it's just pretty much the alternative version. Also, this last macro is amazing if you're fighting another stealthy, or if you're maybe defending a node on an RBG. It's pretty much spam sap. So if you don't see anybody and you're spamming this target, as soon as you detect them, boom, it'll instant sap them. So if one player doesn't have this macro and the other does, most likely the one that does will land the sap first. I literally walk around the arena if they're both stealthies and I spam this macro, and boom, I insta stealth them. It's really sick. Everyone should have this. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If you guys don't have the 1, 2, 3 macros, I highly suggest you guys try them out. If you guys have any more questions on my character or just general arena tips, let me know and I'll cover them in the next video. But yeah, you can expect me to post some 3v3 gameplay soon. It might be very low rated and I might be making a lot of mistakes, but yeah, it should be fun anyways. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Thumbs up the video if it helped, and I'll see you in the next episode.